Hello there, Gemini. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'm doing your February career and money reading. We'll take a look at the overall energies in your career and money sector with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot to see if, there's any advice about any obstacles that might be in your path that are preventing you from manifesting what it is that you want in your life. So, and if you're resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading. We're going to start with the animal spirit card. Scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. Gemini, you have had since the very beginning of 2022 that a message that just kind of keeps repeating that you are the magician right now. You are manifesting magical things into your life, and the reason is because you are being called to shine your light, to step into your power, to share your spiritual gifts with others, or your gift of healing or teaching, communicating. Mercury goes direct February 3rd, and then all the planets will be going direct. But Mercury is the last one, and you are ruled by Mercury. And I feel like all of these eclipses and retrogrades that we have gone through since November have perhaps, hindered you quite a bit. We've also moved, the North Node was in Gemini, and now it's in Taurus. So I feel like, you're probably feeling, if you're feeling a little bit like things are just not moving in your in your direction, like everything is just an uphill battle, I feel as if that is coming to an end, and February is going to find you in this much more sense of magic. Like you're back to, being able to touch whatever you touch turns to gold, because Gemini, you do have that magical touch. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. And I feel like January, Gemini, you've just been struggling with this stuck energy, this feeling like it doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter how much time and energy I'm putting into my work or my career, a new project. It's just not working. It's not coming into fruition the way that you are used to, just snapping your fingers and things falling into place, because you do have that Midas touch. But your Midas touch is back. Let's put it that way. After a period, I really feel like the last 2 or 3 months have been pretty difficult for you, Gemini, as the North Node has been transitioning out of your energy and into the Taurus energy. So let's go ahead and go to the tarot. I am going to start with the oracle card. We're going to look at your present energy, your area of resistance, and then finally the advice from spirit. Blossoming abundance on the bottom. I am going to point that out. So I'm going to lay these out, and then we're going to talk about them. One of the first things that's popping out in your present energy is hostilities. So I am going to clarify this. But let's see. Wow. Gemini. Hierophant on the bottom. I really, you have you have love showing up in your career and money sector. And sometimes, I can't remember who else had this. It may have been Leo. This sense that, Five of Swords, just kind of like this frustration. Sometimes what we have to remember is that our personal relationships, whether they're romantic, family, or friend, can sometimes almost like bog up or clog. I'll even say clog. Especially if you have some conflict going on in your personal relationships. It can almost like clog your energy, and then even if you're trying to put all your time and energy into your career to try to forget your personal relationships, it's almost as if it's not working, right? Because it's just, it's all bunched up. I feel like your energy has just been all bunched up. So let's take a look at your present energy. Your present energy is hostilities and the Two of Cups. So there's a couple of different ways we can look at this, because staying with the career and money reading, which I want to do, is, you know, the Two of Cups could be somebody that you're working with. So this could be a business partner, this could be your clients, this could be co-workers, and there's this sense of hostilities, you know, a sense of, you know, things are not working smoothly, right? Like the abundance isn't coming in. You may feel like you're pulling more of your share of the weight than other people are in your workplace. You can feel like you're putting more time and energy into it, and your partner or your coworkers are just they're not doing their share, and you're getting frustrated, right? That could be your perception of it. Keep that in mind. But I do feel like you have been working hard. The other thing is that you could have, you know, some type of conflict in a personal relationship, whether that is romantic, family, or friend. And it's just kind of like zapping your energy. And this could be part of what you were working through in January. Even, even if you hadn't really had perhaps an actual emotional upset situation with a loved one of some sort or a friend, it's in January. It's as if that energy, with all of the retrogrades, especially the Venus retrograde, on top of the Mercury retrograde, you could have had this feeling of old feelings, old wounds, almost kind of being reopened. Even if this person is no longer in your life, you have moved on, you know. It's just kind of that energy of, you know, that full moon in Cancer, just kind of like things just being churned up. And your energy, like I feel like your energy was zapped because of conflict somehow in your emotional state. Let's put it that way. Okay, whether that was in personal relationships or whatever. And then I think on top of that, you are also having, you know, this energy block or creativity block almost in your work and career sector. So the two of them kind of like just, it was kind of like, you know, I feel Gemini, like you are such a social butterfly, you know. If you could have had in January, I feel like if you could have had love going your way, you would have worked through the work stuff. Or if work had been going your way, right, then this personal issue. And I feel like this is something from the past. You know, like it wouldn't have bothered you so much. It was like this double whammy. And I'm going to say that because we have the Two of Cups. You're a dual sign. And I just feel like you had this double whammy in January. But the nice thing is, because this is your February reading, is that look at this. This is what's coming in for you. You know, this is you, Gemini. You are the Lover's card. It's stepping back in, shining your light, loving your light, and then actually putting your light, your creativity back into action. You know, working on it, taking your light and putting it into your work. So you could be actually like starting a new business or starting a new career path or thinking about going onto a new career path. You know, the other thing I'm going to say is that with the Two of Cups, you know, our sacral chakra is also our creativity zone, you know, the whole area of Venus, and we have Venus in retrograde, you know, pulling back our energies in the love sector, but also in our creativity sector. And I feel like you were just, I get the sense like you almost felt like you were in a box and you couldn't get yourself out of it. And the frustration for you, Gemini, I can feel it, because it's kind of like you normally can snap your fingers and get things to move your way in one way or another. So I love that this energy is here for you. It means that whatever you were blocked in, whatever these hostilities were, they're being moved out. When especially you step into your own light, step back into making choices that are good for you, Gemini. You may have started making choices, you know, when you got stuck in this energy, you could have started making choices out of fear instead of love, because it was like, oh my gosh, like I've lost my mojo. I've lost my magic. I can't connect to my intuition. I don't know which way to go. And so fear, your ego, your mind started taking over, kind of almost racing with fear. And now you're stepping back into your creativity, your heart, into who you truly are, seeing your light again and feeling like, okay, maybe the universe is behind me. Maybe I can make some step forward. And once again, I feel like those retrogrades, you know, when we have those retrogrades, sometimes they come onto our path also, so that we have the time to look at, this is incredible, okay? Time to look clearly at what it is that we believe in, because we have Hierophant on the bottom. This is higher learning. This is you really tuning in, seeing your clearly, like what it is that you want to create, what direction you want to go in. I feel like also you probably have done a lot of evolution, ascending work over this last like 2 months since November with the eclipses and the retrogrades. You know, really getting a higher viewpoint, because the Hierophant is about higher understanding, higher wisdom, more spiritual wisdom. But once again, I think you got that, because this is so interesting. Look at this. We have Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups. You could have actually had somebody from your past come back and express their love for you, which kind of put you into this tizzy, okay? An emotional tizzy. But once again, I am going to say, I think that Venus retrograde probably really did do a number with your mind over the January time, you know, and just kind of bringing up feelings from the past, emotions. If you felt extremely emotional in January, I wouldn't be surprised, because it's like showing up in your reading. And you know, there's good thing about being in your heart space and having those emotions and everything, but at the same time you have to you know, and this could have been the universe's way, or your spirit guides, your angels, trying to get you to move those energies finally out of your aura. Or it could be about learning how to overcome your emotions, like not allowing your emotions to take you on these, you know, a roller coaster ride. In fact, now that I'm saying that, I think you had a reading sometime in January about the roller coaster. So interesting they're bringing that back. I had forgotten about that. Yeah, I feel like you have been like on an emotional roller coaster, and possibly because of something that has occurred in your personal life, even if it wasn't recent. Because that with that Venus retrograde and the Mercury retrograde, I feel like it just did a number on you, Gemini. And, you know, my heart goes out to you. But I think you're out of those energies now, or you will be very shortly, especially starting about February 4th, you know, when Mercury goes direct, is totally direct. Okay, so your obstacle right now, we have the Thinking Woman and the Temperance card. See that thinking? The thinking woman, that is your fears coming in. You know, trying to balance out your fears, trying to balance, get a good balance between logic and heart, and having a difficult time. I feel like your fears just have really, you know, like say for instance, you know, you launched a new business recently, or, you know, you've been putting out resumes, a lot of resumes because you're looking for a new job, something like that, and you're not getting anything back, right? And you're kind of like, I don't get it. Like what? It's almost like you're thinking, what have I done wrong? You are an air sign, right? And it's kind of, and you're a problem solver. So Gemini, you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, how do I fix this? How do I fix this? But the more you went down that rabbit hole of trying to fix it and not really, this is temperance, this is, trusting, putting your trust into the universe, knowing that you are doing the best that you can at this time. And just sometimes we have to surrender, to what it is that is on our path. So let's go ahead and clarify this energy right here. King of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Page of Cups, Four of Pentacles. There's that fear again. I think you've been really trying to build a stable financial security for you, financial stability, trying to build something really strong for yourself, something that you love. Emperor, I feel like you're trying to build an empire. You're trying to launch your own business, or you're trying to take some classes that'll help you to launch a business, something like that. Yeah, and victory, moving yourself, overcoming the challenges of the past in order to bring something into fruition. And this has been a little bit difficult for you, but it's here. It is going to happen for you. Yeah, it's, here it is. Here's part of the problem, is that this is your obstacle. So you have the two wands here, right? You have wand 1 and wand 2. Wand 1 is, I want to make a lot of money. I want to have financial security, stability. I want to be wealthy. I want to be, be able to buy the things that I want, whatever that is. And then over here, we have love. Loving yourself, loving your work, offering your love in your work, focusing on the joy in your work. So you have these two wands. And in the middle, you're trying to choose. You're trying to stay on track with what you love to do and why it is that you're bringing whatever this is into reality. Whether this is a new business, a new project, a new job, a new career, getting higher education, whatever it is. Okay, this is my why. I'm going in this direction. And then it got off to a rocky start in January, right? And now you're kind of like, well, wait a minute. I really, I'm trying to, you're almost like begging the universe. Listen, I'm really trying to be financially stable here. You could have been really holding on to your money, feeling like money was really scarce for you. And just kind of like, oh my goodness, I just get this sense like you may have had like a lot of anxiety attacks, just kind of like, waking up in the middle of the night, just like fearful, wanting to stay in this energy of love. But then the fear of, I'm not going to achieve what it is that I want. The other thing is that there's a sense of competition here with the King of Pentacles. You could have been a little bit trying to compare yourself to other people as far as material goods go, or what you consider successful in the financial realm. Could have been comparing yourself to, maybe even a past love connection or other people that you love, other family, other friends. You've launched something, or you've gone in a new direction and it's not going quite as well as you wanted it to. And now you could even be thinking, oh, what are my friends and family saying? The hostilities could be that, even a sense that, oh, they must be laughing at me. My idea is not working. This sense of just being up in your head and really fearful. So the way to get out of this is to put more and more energy into this loving energy, loving yourself, being compassionate and gentle with yourself, realizing that this idea may take a little bit more time than you thought it would take. But I don't see anything that you're on the wrong path, because Gemini, you sometimes, if things aren't working out, then you want to just like scrap that idea and go to the next one, right? But there's really no energy that you're on the wrong path. It's just taking a little bit more time than you thought. And I feel like there's some lessons that you need to learn on this path, perhaps around patience, about resilience, about sticking with it, about not getting overly emotional if things don't go the way that you want, or overly emotional if they do go the way you want. Because sometimes, you know, that we can get really kind of full of ourselves if things go well. And it's kind of, I feel like the universe is trying to level out your emotions here. Now, the other thing I'm going to say is that, look at this, you know, this is a King of Pentacles, 3D, you know, this is a page. A page is definitely a lot lower than a king. And it's kind of this, you know, you've been putting some love into it, because I'm sure some of you are like, no, I've been loving this, Mary Sue. I've really been putting a lot of love into it. But ask yourself, because this page is a lot less in rank, we'll say, than this king. This is, you know, fears of, am I, you know, bringing into fruition what I really want? You know, you're putting a lot more emphasis. I think the thing is that, like, a lot more emphasis on what you're getting out of it instead of what you're giving to it, you know. And I'm not saying that you're not working hard, Gemini. It's just your energy, you know. And I feel like your energy has been kind of tied up in some type of broken heart, because we have the broken heart. This is your advice. You know, this is something, you know, we have the Magician and the broken heart. I feel like, okay, I'm going to clarify before I say anything. I feel as if you almost, this is an energy. This is your advice, though. Yeah, oh my gosh. Ace of Wands on the bottom, a new start. This is, I'm trying to stay in career and money here. Yeah, this energy of trying to bring this Two of Cups. Remember, we had the Two of Cups at the beginning. Like, bringing this Two of Cups into balance. Like, you know, at the beginning of your reading, your Two of Cups is out of balance. There's conflict, you know. The Two of Cups, I'm also going to say, is like the two heads, or the, you know, Gemini, you're the twins, right? It's like the two twins, right? Your head and your heart. And your head and your heart were like at odds with each other, you know? And now it's trying to bring your head and your heart into alignment, not allowing your emotions to override, you know, every aspect of your life, bringing some healing. And I feel like, you know, if you felt like everything was on pause in January, it's because there was this need to kind of heal a broken heart. You know, you've been manifesting how to heal a broken heart. You've been trying to, you know, the Magician has all of the tools. When we see the Magician here, it is about, you have all the tools you need in order to move on from a broken heart. You know, I feel like a lot of you need to just ask yourself, what are you disappointed in? This could be a romantic connection. This could be, you know, a family or friend connection. It could also be just the disappointment on the way that your career or a business is going. The broken heart is just some disappointment, and there is a huge range of disappointment, you know. That is just not coming as quickly as you wanted it to? Or is this really like the lingering energy of a past broken relationship, you know? But the Magician has all of the tools. And I feel as if you have been able to use all of the tools in creating whatever this is. And Spirit is reminding you, you have not lost your golden touch. You have not lost your magic touch. You are still the Magician. You've used, I think you've really used the wands quite a bit in the past, okay? You have used the wands quite a bit. That's taking action. You know, you have definitely used your swords. That's overthinking it. You've used that one out. You've taken a lot of action. I think you put a lot of time and energy into whatever this is that you're trying to create. And I feel like for some of you, you have been really careful with your money. You may have invested a lot of money into like a new business or something, and that might be part of why you're kind of had that energy of holding on to your money, you know, being a little frugal, concerned about money. You know, there's definitely this current concern about money. And so then with the broken heart, the question is, have you put the love into this project? You know, have you taken a look at your emotions? Have your emotions almost derailed this project or business career choice? Has your you know, your lack of putting love into this almost like derailed whatever this is? And I'm not going to say that you don't love this project. The question is, are you allowing your emotions of disappointment derail this project or job or business? You know, are you allowing that emotional roller coaster to determine how much energy and time and love you put into whatever this is on a daily basis? So if you wake up and your emotions are good and high, you know, you start the day out great, and then all of a sudden with the Venus retrograde and everything, something pops up from the past, right? Some old feelings start popping up, and then you're like, oh, forget it. I think I'll go take a nap, you know? I think I'll go home early. I think I'll play on my phone for a while. Whatever it is, right? It's almost as if I really feel like it's just been your emotions. So the advice here is that you have worked through a lot of these emotions, and you know, you may have needed to take a little bit of time in January to heal some of those past emotions. And it's about refocusing your energy now for February. Once again, I feel like you have this portal. The magic is going to start working in your favor. The abundance is going to come your way. And the best thing that you can do is to really focus on putting your love into this. So let's talk about that. How do you put more love into your work? It's having a positive attitude about it. Okay, you get to the end of the day and, you know, maybe you were trying to, let's say you're in sales and you were trying to make 10 sales that day, okay, and you only made 7. Are you being kind to yourself and saying, well, you know, I did the best I could. I made 20 calls and I only got 7 sales, but, you know, hey, you know, I put the energy into it. When you're making your calls or you're dealing with customers or clients or patrons, are you, you know, giving them your full attention? Are you looking at them? If, you know, you can see their face, whether, you know, by video or in person. Are you listening to them? Are you asking them? Are you questions about themselves, about their needs? Are you trying to, you know, foresee what they may need down the line? Are you trying to connect to them as a person instead of just a business deal? About taking a look at putting your service, your love, yourself into your work. I mean, it's you know, you go to business school or something, they'll tell you, you know, your repeat customers are something that are very valuable, right? Because, you know, you don't have to go out there and make a new connection. It's somebody that comes back because you've done such a great job the first time. Or that, you know, talks to other people about what a great job you do, that helps to bring you in more business. And I feel like I'm not saying that you haven't been doing that, but I feel like that is what's coming out in this reading, is that when you were on this emotional roller coaster, it's really hard to focus on other people when you're dealing with stuff inside of your, you know, your own heart space. And now I feel like you've cleared that out. The hostilities are gone. You know, you're clearing that out. You're bringing those into balance. And now it's like, how can you shine your light? How can you bring the real Gemini, the real, because you are such a friendly, you know, sign. You're so friendly, you're outgoing, you can talk to anybody, right? How can you bring your light, your love into every single day that you are dealing with clients, or even, you know, if you're just even dealing with, you know, say you have a storefront or something, like how it looks. Is it inviting? Is it representative of you and your light and what you're trying to put out into the world? And Gemini, I think that's the big change in February. I think in January, you had to clean out some of that old stuff. You know, you may have been even just kind of like, where is this coming from? I had totally forgotten about that person. Why are they popping up into my mind? But I feel like the universe had to do some deep cleaning, and they did. And now you're back into your joyful self. And, you know, part of it could be you're a little fearful because after being on that roller coaster, you're kind of like, well, is it just plateauing for a little bit and then I'm going to go into another roller coaster? I don't think so. I mean, yes, that occurs at times, but, you know, astrologically, you're fine until at least the end of April. So you have this really nice portal of just, you know, being yourself, stepping into your light, being your true authentic self, and, you know, sharing that with the world, sharing that through your work. Really nice. And I just, I mean, Gemini, can you get any better than this? You have two cards of, all three cards, okay, of abundance. Your magic returns, you know, it's, yeah, I mean, I feel, you know, even the Six of Cups on the bottom is kind of like your magic touch returns. I may have to call this video, I may have to title it that. Okay, these two popped out. So we'll take both of them. Let's see. Joy is the ultimate creator. Yeah, I feel like you just haven't been in that joyful spot, right? I mean, you've been dealing with that emotional roller coaster. So be gentle with yourself. You know, be compassionate. Just say, okay, I had to clear some of that stuff out. I've cleaned house and now I'm back to my joy. I'm ready to shine my light and share it with the world. And then what do we have here? I find a deeper meaning in personal growth and the discomfort. Find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Wow. Now, I think this is talking about January, because remember when I was saying that, you know, like sometimes the universe feels like, okay, we have to clean house, or, you know, there's something here that we have to shift your energies, and that is part of your evolution, your awareness, your consciousness, you know, part of your soul path. I feel like you have done a lot of ascending since November, and now you're at a higher level. You're coming into a higher vibration and really just trying to keep your vibration as high as possible. While, you know, it's kind of like, once again, that portal. You have this portal of being the magician, and it's kind of like, go for it, Gemini. I feel like be your true authentic self and just go for it, because you've got the opening. You really do. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you resonated with the message. And if you did, please consider like, commenting, or subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you in this situation and all your situations. Bye for now.